Welcome to MicdinPod. We are your hosts, Jeremy and Val.
That's me.
We are not experts, just parents of 2 college athletes and 2 in youth sports.
On this podcast, we're bringing together athletes, parents, and coaches to talk honestly about youth sports recruiting, pressure, identity, and everything in between.
Thanks for being locked in with MicdinPod. And today we have a very special guest because we are into flag football. Like we have, our 2 sons are huge into flag football now, and people don't know how big flag football is, and now women's flag football is taking over. And today we have a very special guest, Amber Clark Robinson. She is a 4-time national team member. She's just been named to the board of directors for USA Flag Football, and she's the inaugural head coach for Saginaw Valley State University. The one and only Amber Clark Robinson.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So we're super excited. But first, I want to start for early on. You are you're a multi-sport athlete. I know that you played basketball growing up and you ran track. When did football jump into the situation?
Football was always kind of in the picture. It was something that I did with my brothers and my cousins growing up. I didn't play it like recreational or like organized sports of like football, but it was something that we always like did after school, on the weekends, just different things like that. But I loved watching it, loved going to games. It was just never an opportunity, obviously, for girls at my age to play years ago. But I'm grateful to be a part of it now, and all the opportunities that it's providing for the young girls.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much happening. I think what you just said, like highlighting how many girls are getting into it. Like we were at the World Championships in Florida with our sons, and
That's one of the biggest tournaments.
Are you there? Do you ever go to that?
Yes, I didn't go this past year because I was getting onboarded for this job, but I've been every other year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you guys do when you played in it?
We do pretty good. I've played with different teams. So I've played like contact there, what I've won championships. I've played non-contact championships. I've played sevens. So we do fairly well. I don't typically play with the same team every single time. I try to play with like a variety of teams.
What do you mean contact? What is that?
So fives contact is basically where you can block behind the line of scrimmage using your hands, and you can also block downfield using your hands.
Okay.
You can also jam. I think it's still 5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Oh, so it's legit. It's legit football. Like, yeah, okay. So our kids, they don't play that. They play so they play 5 on, is it 6 on 6? I think they play 6 on 6, and they're starting 7v7 coming up. And 7v7 is just strictly like there's no center, right? There's just like a
No, so it depends. So boys, they have 7-on-7 where it's kind of like just aired out, and they just have to like do one-on-ones with the player in front of them. But I know the 7-on-7 that the girls play and what I coach is more so it's like tackle. It reminds you of tackle football. It's just 7 people on the field. You still have a center. The center's eligible downfield. You can screen block is what they call it. So it's like where you can put your hands behind your back and block. You can't utilize your hands. And then you can block downfield, but it's more so like, think of a basketball screen. You have to like be still and not moving when you do it. So that's the 7s that the girls play.
What about the blitz? Like, I know that in one league that my kids are in, there's a blitz. You could blitz every play, but you're 7 yards off the ball. And the other one, you only get 2 blitzes every half.
So it's very different everywhere. Like even in high school is different. Like some people rush from 3, some people rush from 7, some people rush from 1. Like you said, some people have like a limit on rushes. At the collegiate level, you rush from 1 off. You can rush from as close as 1. You can go back if you want to, but you can rush from as close as 1 yard, and you have unlimited rushes. You don't have to wait to like, and the quarterback can run at any time. They don't have to wait. Like if a person rushes,
Wow.
that's not the only time they can run. They can run literally at any time.
Okay.
So 7s is what it is, a 7-on-7. On the offensive side, you have a quarterback, you have blocker, you have a center, and 4 receivers. And you can kind of adjust that to maybe put 2 blockers in the backfield where you have 3 receivers, different things like that. You have different variations. And then on the defensive side, you'll have a rusher. You can have as many rushers as you want, but you'll have a rusher, linebackers, and DBs. Specifically in my defenses, I don't have linebackers. I just have rushers and corners and safeties. But you can like make the variation any way you want to do it. It's on an 80 by 40-yard field, so it's about half the distance, or a little less than the football field, but you still really utilize 100 yards because the playing surface is 80, but the end zones are 10 each. So you're still playing 100 yards
Oh,
basically
okay. Okay.
on the field. And then, like I said, you just have to rush from one. It's screen blocking. So again, you have to have your hands behind your back. You can't utilize your hands. Any type of blocking, downfield blocking, you just have to be standing still like a screen block. There's pitching involved, so you can pitch as long as they're behind you. You can lateral and throw back as much as you want behind the line of scrimmage, just as long as, again, they're behind you. But anytime there's that forward pass, you have to have progress downfield.
Okay.
And then there's zones, they're different zones. So the very first zone is when you start. We start on our 14 or our 24, which is it's the 24-yard line on the football field, but it's our 14.
Okay.
And the first down, you have to get to the 20. So it's a 6-yard first down in that first series. And then every first down after that is 20 yards. So you'll have one zone from the 20 to the 40, and then you have another zone from the 40 to the 40. And then you have another zone from the 40 to 20, and then the 20 and in to the end zone.
So you can get a first down in between those zones. Is that what you're saying?
So no, you have to get the full 20 to get the first
To get
down.
the first down. That's a lot different than the kids, because I mean the field's smaller for our
Right.
kids anyways. But they have 4 downs to get to the midfield and then 4 downs to get to the end zone. Or
That's what
or
we do in
maybe it's
fives.
3 and 4.
Yeah, that's what we do in fives because we play on it's half the football field, so it's 25 by 50. We'll play the same thing. We'll have our first down starts on the 5-yard line. And then you have the 20 yards to get to the first down, and then you have that last 25 to get into the end zone. And it's 4 downs, the same thing. So 4 downs to the first zone, 4 downs to the end zone.
And no
Wait,
kickoff.
so when are they playing 5s versus 7s? Like, in what leagues and what like how like
So college is the only thing that plays 7s. College is literally the only thing that plays 7s. They don't play 5s, at
Okay.
least in America. Out of America, like I think maybe Mexico, no, they play 7s. I know Canada plays a couple of 5s. There's a couple of countries that plays 5. Actually, a lot of countries play 5 opposed to the 7s. So the collegiate level, that's what we play, and then honestly, at any level, you can play 5s because they have the youth playing it. The tournaments that you go to in Florida, the adults are playing it. That's the international version, so that's what the Olympic style is going to be, is 5-on-5. So, I wouldn't say it's best to try 5-on-5, but like if your goal is to get there, yes, 7-on-7 will help you, but you need to do something else on the side that will benefit you in 5s because it is a very different game. It's a quicker game in 5s. It's a smaller space. You can't really hide a bad player in 5s because in 7s you can, because you can play like these big zones because the field is bigger. It takes the plays a little bit longer to develop. But in 5s, it's so quick. You have like 2 seconds to throw the ball because you have that rusher coming at the quarterback. They don't have a blocker. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of different ways of how they're very different. But like I said, playing 7s helps you at least get the repetition of playing the game. But the technique of 5s is like something that you have to actually play the game in order to, I think, adapt to.
This is coach talk right here. I love this.
Yeah.
You're talking about hiding players and stuff. This is all coach talk.
It is. I try to turn it off and on. I like bounce back between coach and athlete a lot.
so Olympics is 5v5.
Yeah, Olympics is 5-on-5.
And how long is the game?
So
How's it broken down?
it's 2 20-minute halves. So
Okay.
you'll play 2 20-minute halves and you get 3 timeouts each half.
Okay.
But then there's also a pro clock as well in the last 2 minutes of the game. They'll have a pro clock to where it like stops on like out of bounds. No, actually it's 1 minute. So it stops out of bounds. It stops like on incomplete passes, first downs, different things like that.
So I wanted to go back a little bit. Let's go back to your college days, because you ran track at University of North Carolina. And you didn't play basketball? You stopped playing basketball in high school?
Yeah, I've stopped
Okay,
my
so
senior year.
what events did you do in track?
I mean, in high school, I ran the 100, the 200, the relays, and then I did long jump and triple jump. But just in college, I did the long jump and the triple jump.
Okay, and then after college, you decided to just start playing tackle football.
Yep.
How
Literally,
did
that's
that
how it
happen?
happened.
How
That's
did that
honestly how it
happen?
happened. I just decided one day.
Where did you find tackle football? Like, how does that even, how?
So, have y'all heard of the LFL?
Yes.
Okay, so it was the lingerie football league when it was out on like Spike TV and like True
Yes.
TV. When I played in it, it was the Legends football league. So
Oh.
I knew about the sport, and I was like, I kind of want to play. I know this is a thing. I don't know if it's still being played, but I'm gonna Google it. So I literally just Googled it. I just like, hey, women's tackle teams near me, LFL or whatever. And then it took me to like Facebook pages and stuff like that to where they were posting about like different tryouts. And this was like in December of 2016. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna look it up, I'm gonna figure it out. And then I was like, okay, tryouts is in 3 to 4 weeks. I said, well, I got to figure out how to get to these tryouts. So I used to train with NFL players growing up, or just like professional athletes growing up, because my travel track coach. He knew a lot of people. He had a very big network, and he knew a lot of people that were in high level sports, and they would train with us here and there. So it was this guy from our area, Terrence Copper, and he had a football facility there. And like I said, I trained with him. So I just hit him up. I'm like, hey, I want to play football. I don't know anything about how to play it. Could you help me train I got 3 weeks to get ready. Could you help me train for 3 weeks?
I love this story.
Sure, come through. Yeah. And then I literally went there every day. 8 a.m. every morning. We went there. We trained. We did weights. We did field work. We did film sometimes. But yeah, we just did stuff for 3 weeks and tried to figure it out. And then I went to Atlanta and tried out.
Crazy. I love this.
Jeez.
I love that. Like, you put your mind to it and you were like, I have a grind. I'm going to do this. I'm going to figure this out. And like,
Yep.
did it.
Yeah.
We have like a similar background, because I was a track guy, and after track, I got onto the fire department. And when I was at the fire department, I'm sitting at the station and I'm saying, like, I'm the fastest guy I know. Like, I'm just wasting myself here at the fire department. So I actually started trying out. I called a guy. I said, listen, I want to try out for an NFL team. You know what I mean? And the guy's like, you need footage. You can't just walk onto a team, you know? And, it was the craziest thing. So then another guy told me about like the semi-pro league. So he said, go to semi-pros and play there for a couple of years and get some footage. Like, I'll be working out, training, and Val's pregnant, tossing me the ball, and I'm running, working out. It was the craziest thing.
Teamwork.
And, and I actually got a look for arena football. And a guy was watching, he was in the stands watching us play, and he came to the locker room and said, hey, there's an arena team starting up. I want you to play on it. And I played 2 years in arena. And so it's kind of like a similar thing, like we
just found something
we saw what we wanted, and we were like, let's just do it,
Right. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to just bet on yourself and just go out there and just see what happens. Hope for the best.
Yeah.
So then how did you get into coaching?
I started playing flag in 2020. And then I was going to just different tournaments. And then there's this big tournament in, in Philadelphia. It's called Run the World. And it's like all girls tournament. So it's from youth to adult, like 500 teams just out there just playing flag football. And it's 500 girls. So then they also had an NAIA like flag showcase. They used to have tons of those, to where they would just have like small camps. And if you wanted to stay after the tournament, they would have college coaches come and just evaluate the players. So I think somebody asked me, hey, do you just want to help out the showcase? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to be in Philly anyway. I'm here for football. I'll help out. So while I'm there, I'm just kind of talking to the different coaches. And I was like, well, I just want to learn more about the game. I didn't know if I really want to be a coach. I just wanted to know more. So I was just going to the coaches and saying, hey, do you need a graduate assistant? Do you need like just some help? I'm just trying to get my name somewhere in there to figure out, just get a little bit more knowledge about it. And then there was this one coach. She was like, how do you feel about being a head coach? And I was like, well, I wasn't thinking that. Like, I've never coached. I just started playing this sport 1 year ago or 2 years ago. And then now you're saying, hey, do you want to coach something? I'm like, okay, well, I know sports. I mean, I think I can do it. So we just kind of stayed in contact, and she ended up getting a job with the NFL team. And I was one of her like recommendations that she gave to the staff and the AD on campus. And then they called me up, and I just kind of went and interviewed. And from 23, from then on, I've just been a coach. So It's
Now
kind
that
of
was
another
at
thing of just like it's kind of it's like a spur of the moment type of
that was at the
like
University of
vibe.
St. Mary's, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how long were you
Yeah,
there?
3 years.
Okay.
Or 3 seasons, I would say, because I started. I got hired there in November, and the season started that next semester. So I moved there in January, and then coached that first season, and then I coached 2 seasons after that, and then this would have been my fourth season, but then I got hired here at Saginaw.
So with all the talk about like it's an explosion of women's flag football, it's been going on for a couple years now.
It's been going on for a lot of years. It's been going on for in the high school level in Florida for like 20 plus years.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, my teammate, she's from Florida and she'll be 31 this year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And she played in high school, all her years in high school. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So it's been around for a very long time there. The colleges picked it up in 2020. That's where it was the KCAC and the Sun Conference. It was like 12 total teams, I think, that picked it up at the collegiate level to where they were giving out scholarships. And St. Mary was actually one of the first schools to start doing it. They started in 2020. 2020 to 2021 was their first season of flag football. So it's been going on for a while at the collegiate level, not at the high like Division Ones or the NCAA level, but the NAI level has been doing it for years.
Like I tell you, we're in a bubble up here in the
Yeah.
Northeast because we don't see like it's just picking up now. And you know, it's all on TV saying they're gonna have scholarships and this and that. So it's starting to pick up. But
Yeah.
20 years, what 20 years back, huh?
Yeah, we're all 20 years
Wow.
behind.
We need to pick
Florida's
it
been
up.
ahead of the game forever.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, we recently had a guest on, and he is a VP for business development for Squad Locker, and so we were asking about just trends in sports, and he mentioned that it is with uniforms and what they get for orders, that flag football, especially on the girl side, is exploding.
Yeah, they said it doubles in
Exploding.
size every year. Every year.
Yeah.
Wow.
They say it's exponentially the fastest growing sport in America right now.
Wow.
There was actually
Wow.
3 states that sanctioned last week, like 2 within the same day and then 1 the very next day. And North Carolina was one of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Rhode Island. We live near Rhode Island, and Rhode Island, we know that Rhode Island has teams
Mhm.
that are going to be playing.
Yeah, so it's at 22 right now. It's at 22 with the sanctioned high schools. So almost
Wow.
halfway through America.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
And it's a lot of pilot programs as well. They're just waiting to get voted on to make it a sanctioned sport. But there's tons of other states that are actually still playing it. I think just about every state is playing it. It's just that they're not all sanctioned.
Okay.
So what is that? So what does it look like now for you as a coach with recruiting, with roster size? Like, walk us through like where are you going to see kids play? I have a couple. I have multiple questions. So Jeremy, after he answers this, I'm going next because
Listen, I'm going to sit back
I have
and I'm
something
just
else
going
to
to
go
watch,
into
okay? I'm
after
just going to
this.
hang out here.
Go ahead, set it up.
yeah, let's set it up before he gets the ideas in his head as you're talking.
You know that's not going to stop me, Amber. I'm still going to jump in. You know that, right?
Gosh.
But
Yeah.
no, so as far as recruiting, I know a lot of people reach out through like social media and email. They have a lot of like flag pages. So that's where a lot of the recruitment will come from. But then I also work with USA Football with the Town ID camps. And that's where we go around the country. And they have drills and like scrimmage periods to where they evaluate the athletes. So I do a lot of recruiting there. I'm a core coach. So I pretty much run the station that I'm at over top of the coaches that kind of run the drill. So I get a chance to actually see and evaluate the players a little bit easier that way. There's tons of like clinics that we get invited to. I also help out with RCX. I sometimes direct a few of their camps.
What's
So
RCX?
I get a chance. RCX is like another company that is really big on flag. They were the ones to actually get it pushing in the college sports or in the college level. So yeah, they're very big on flag football as well, and they have different clinics. So I've done one in Atlanta, I've done one in Alabama. I'm gonna do a few more this upcoming summer, but that's a chance where I kind of get to go out and see the different athletes. So honestly, I don't really ever have to go outside of travel to find it because I'm so like embedded in all these different pockets of flag football that I just kind of find myself in spaces to where I can recruit.
Are you seeing the same money when it comes to what they give for men's football? And are we seeing the same with NIL? Like, how is that?
I'm not sure because I work within Division 2 right now, and we're not doing a lot of NIL. I'm not sure how the Division 1s like work and operate with their NIL. I know there are certain athletes though at like the NAIA level and some in the Division 2 level that have like ambassadorships with different companies. So that's kind of the NIL stuff right now is like individual partnerships with different companies.
Okay.
hmm I'm not sure about like if they're giving out like the colleges are giving out the money though right now.
How many scholarships do you guys have?
We get 10.
Wow.
Mhm.
This is okay.
Yeah, you get an equivalent. I think each college you get an equivalent of 10 scholarships.
Wow. This is really
Mhm.
jumping off. And that's Division
Yeah,
2.
that's Division 2.
Wow. So you basically, there's a set of different camps, and that's where people should expect, or that's where people should be, or want to position themselves to be if they want to get seen to be recruited to play in college.
Yeah, for the most part, there's tons of like actual college showcases where it'll say, hey, college coaches will be and they'll be involved or they'll be there scouting. So those are the ones you definitely want to go to. I mean, there's other ones that are just kind of like people putting on their own camps and clinics, and those are good as well. But if your sole goal is to get recruited at the collegiate level, then you would definitely want to find the camps that say like, oh, this coach or this college is going to be involved in
Okay.
the camp.
And I just asked it because, like, with our daughter, one of our daughters played college soccer, and the other one played college basketball. And
hmm
so, basketball is the AAU circuit. Everything you do is under like AAU.
hmm
And then for club soccer, a lot of it, the highest level was the ECNL level, is that's where you
hmm
would really see where the colleges and the certain tournaments. So I was just curious with football, where there are so many leagues, and it doesn't seem like there's one. I hate to say the word elite, but I don't know one umbrella that you're not just looking at and say there's is it the AAU of flag football? Is that where you're going to see the most coaches? Or is it like, is there a certain program, like in comparison to AAU or ACNL, that is the same as flag football, or is that still developing?
I wouldn't say there's certain programs. I would say there's certain tournaments. Like there's a big one in Orlando at Disney Wild World of Sports. They have a big
Hmm.
one every year. That's the NFL flag one, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously the one in Florida every year. They have a high school division to where they'll play sevens. So I would say it's more about the tournament as opposed to the organization that's happening.
That's good. That's
Mhm.
good. That's good clarity right there. All right. So another question I have. So we know that you're a national team, and now what is your plan with the Olympics for 2028?
I mean, that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal. I feel like if you're an athlete, like, and you're playing at the highest level, that should always be your goal. It's like you want to play with the best of the best because that's what the Olympics is. It's the best in the whole entire world in one spot at one time. But I'm definitely taking it step by step because that is 2 years away. So it's a long runway. I was actually telling somebody yesterday, I was on the phone with them and I was saying I'm taking it like phase by phase. So like the first phase was training camp 1. We had that a couple weeks ago. And then next weekend we'll have training camp 2. So just taking it phase by phase because they're making cuts each and every time. So my goal is to say, hey, at this phase, I need to be at the top of my game so then I can make it to the next phase. All right. And now what did I do in the last phase that I need to do better at the next phase and make sure I'm continuing on that way. So like I said, that is the goal at the end of the day, but it's definitely something that I'm going to have to take phase by phase because I don't want to overthink it and then
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I get lost in it and now I'm not doing what I need to do to at least even not even guarantee myself, but even hopefully make it just to the next step to eventually reach that level.
What size is the roster for the
It's
U.S.
only
team?
well, we've played the international competitions is 12, but the Olympics is going to be 10.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Only 10?
only 10.
And so how many you saw phases? How many phases are there? Like, what is competing to be on an Olympic team like look like as far as
So
training?
there's
Or
a tryout phase, and that typically happens like March-ish, March, April time. And that's an invite only. So you have to get invited. You have to either do a talent ID camp, a digital combine, uh, and then there's something else that you can do to get recruited and get invited. So you'll get invited there,
How
and
many people
then
are there?
so it used to be 60. But now the active 12, we get an automatic invite back. So we
Okay.
didn't have to go to tryout. This is the first year we didn't have to go to tryouts. We just go automatically to training camp 1.
Okay.
So it was
Okay.
48. So they invited 48 different athletes for men, women. I'm not sure what it was for the youth, but it was 48 men and women. And then they try out, and then they pick 12 from that 48 to come to the first training camp. And then it'll be 24, 24, 18, 12. So it's like each time they're like cutting the roster down to get closer. As we get closer to international competition, we'll have that roster set with the players that are going to go into that tournament.
Ultimately, when would the team be like solidified?
We'll know by June, and then July we'll have that solidified team together to practice.
Of next year.
No, this year.
Oh, this year. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have a tournament this year in August in Dusseldorf, Germany. It's the World Championships. So it'll be, if I'm not mistaken, 20 total countries, maybe a little bit more, maybe 22. I think it was 22 when we played in Finland last time. But it'll be a decent amount of teams and countries out there. And then we all have like different pools. So you play within your pool, and then you play tournament style.
So will you play in the United States in any of these 20?
We did my first year in 23. We played in Charlotte, North Carolina. But from then on, it's been different places.
Overseas.
Mm-hmm.
So what is training like? You mentioned like a digital combine. So what does training look like for getting to this level? Like what are you doing?
Everything. You gotta eat right. You gotta make sure you're eating right. You gotta make sure you're lifting. Because it is like obviously a non-contact sport, but there's gonna be contact, and you also have to strengthen your muscles because it helps with speed, agility, strength, all those good things. And then just conditioning as well. We always get tested on our conditioning every training camp, and then also obviously skills and drills. So like whatever position you're trying out for, making sure you're training and perfecting your craft in those different skills. So receiver, understanding how to catch, run routes, read the defenses, different things like that. Being agile so you can be able to evade, getting your flag pulled, and then defense, obviously being able to get in your back pedal, get out of your back pedal, be able to attack the ball, be able to still catch the ball on the defensive side, be able to pull flags, be able to read offenses, read scenarios. It's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. So it's literally like, yeah, we're not getting paid right now, but it's literally like you have to treat it like it's professional sport, and perfecting your craft. You have to put a lot of time and effort into it because, like I said, you are playing the best of the best in other countries.
So for like, NFL Combine, you have to hit, ideal times for sprints and all. Is the same thing for what you are trying to accomplish?
So they'll have drills at trials where you'll do the 40. You'll do what we call the RSAs. That's where they test your conditioning. So you'll run 6 20s. You run your 20, you got 20 seconds, you run another 20, you do that 6 times. Yeah. Favorite.
That's
Love
like the
that
soccer,
one.
the beep test in soccer.
Yeah. Love that one. And then they text you on your broad jump, your vertical jump, your 5, 10, 5s, and L drills. So it's literally like a combine, as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
And then
it
you get
two-way
into
players, or
scrimmages.
I know you're a cornerback. Are you going wide receiver, cornerback, or is it just strictly one position?
I usually just play on the defensive side.
Okay.
I don't know if we have a few people that play somewhat both sides of the ball, but for the most part, we really have an offense and a defense.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, I'm asking a lot of questions because I
No,
think
you're fine.
people don't know. I mean, we don't know how this is Olympics first time. What does this really entail? And
And we're
we've
20
had
years behind, so we're trying to catch up,
Yeah.
It's a lot to catch up.
Yeah. And we know so many girls that are so interested in so many, other sports, women that I know that are so interested in it.
Our girls would play.
Yeah.
If we knew, our girls would have been into this.
Yeah, they still can.
They did the powder puff thing and everything.
They still can. It's never too late.
No, it's too late.
Our,
These girls
our quarterback is 42 years old. So
What?
What?
actually, I think she's she's 42. She's 42.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's too late for the Olympics, but it's not too late to play sport. Yeah.
42.
Never
get-
too late.
42, man. You start. That's when you're feeling it in your bones
Yeah.
and stuff when you're waking up in the morning. Wow.
Yeah, it's a wide range of ages. Like our youngest is 17, and then like I told you, our oldest is 40 something. So
Wow.
it's just about, and we all just kind of fall in between. So it's about that's why I said it's about how good you take care of your body too. So you can't just go out here and eat fast food all the time and then expect
Yeah.
to go out there and be the best. You got to make sure you do like the recovery stuff too, because that's people don't want to recover and they don't realize that that's a big part of what goes into the game as well. Because if you can't physically get through it, then I mean, or if you can't physically bounce back, then now you're sluggish, you're like sore, you're cramping, all these different things. So yeah, it's a
That's a
lot.
good message for the kids. That's a
Yeah.
good message.
Yeah, so,
Recover. You're never too young to recover.
so true. What do you look for in a player as a coach? What do you think of
So
like valuables as
yeah.
having someone on your team when you're creating
Question,
you're
Val.
building?
Good question.
I mean, they speak. Um,
I'm sitting on my hands over here. I'm trying. I'm
I see
trying.
it. I'm watching. I mean, this is an inaugural team for you, right? So you're creating a culture
Mhm,
coming in, an expectation for your players, an
mhm.
expectation overall, even how the the rest of the athletic community at that school
Right.
will receive the team, right?
Mhm.
And then the parent side of it, right? Like this is so new. What do parents expect at this level,
Mhm.
and in this sport? So yeah, tell us a little bit about like your mindset, your plan, if you don't mind.
Gotcha. I will say first off, I did get into collegiate sports. So I don't have to deal with parents because sometimes parents get a little murky. So that is that is a
100%.
positive. Sometimes I see how youth sports get down, and I'm just thankful I'm not in that space.
Yes.
But
It's crazy, and it's
it
even
is.
crazier.
It
Yes.
is. It is. It is. But no, yes, like speaking to the school, like there is a like an elite level culture I think that they live by out here. I know there's a quote that I see all the time on this bench in our office and it says strive for excellence or no, strive for perfection and settle for excellence. So it's like it's that mindset of just like, yeah, we're not perfect, but you can be great in your moments of trying to be perfect. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I try to bring in that's already the mindset that I have, that elite level mindset already because I play at the high level. I work at the high level, different things like that. So I try to let the girls know like you're not coming into just any program. You're not coming into it is what it is type of program. Like, no, we're serious here. The academics, there's not a team under a 3.0 out here. And I told the girls, I said, we're not going to be the first one to be that either. If you're going to come out here, academics is very big. It's always been big for me. I've always had my girls have study hall. I get grade reports. They know they have a certain average, even if it's not the school's average, it's my average of what they need to do. I even make them sign a contract about all the stuff that we talk about of like how you get on the field, the expectations, the rules, what to expect, like all those different things. So I laid out at the beginning of the year. But yeah, academics is really big out here. So somebody who's good in the classroom, like I get it. Sometimes we have our struggles. There's things that happen like early on in high school that you try to bounce back from. And if you explain that to me, cool, I take a chance on you. But just know when you get here, like there's not somebody over your shoulder. Your parents are not gonna be over your shoulder every night, like, hey, did you do your homework tonight? Hey, did you do your project? Like you have to figure out how to time manage and put your priorities ahead of hanging out with friends or playing the video game or sleeping or all these different things, so academics is big. And then just the mindset of like wanting to be a great person. You don't have to be a great athlete, but like giving high effort to everything. So giving high effort to classroom, giving high effort to practice, giving high effort to community things that we do. Whatever it is, we're going to be great at it because we're not just out here again. Like I said, it's the quote we live by. It's either you want to be significant or you want to be a participant. Significant is you want to change the game, you want to make an impact, you want to do something that people are going to remember you for. But participant is somebody that just can get out there and just do whatever, and they'll go the next day and not care about it. So, like I said, we're looking for people who want to be significant in all aspects of life. It's not even on the game. It's not even in the game of football. So understanding what do you want to do after college, because football is going to have to end one day. You know what I mean? But that degree is what you have and what you worked for these 4 years. So what can you do with that to set yourself up for success? And then obviously skill level. You got to be good. You got to have some type of skill level. And I'm not saying you have to be like the full well-rounded athlete, but like somebody who we see like we can pull stuff from. Like, hey, you do this well. Now we can build upon it to make you do this other thing well. You know what I mean? So we're looking for just like different attributes that we can see that can translate to make you into a good athlete, because that's what college is for. It's about developing. It's about getting better at the game. It's about getting more knowledge and IQ and skill level. So as long as you have like that foundation that we can build upon, then I'm willing to take a chance on those athletes as well.
I mean, that's great because you said, what college is about is developing. And I
Mhm.
think that that's a lot of times what we're seeing is can be lacking a little bit in the youth sports when we
Mhm.
get to the mindset too early about just winning and not realizing that we're trying
Yeah.
to get these young kids to love being athletic and love
Mhm.
Yeah.
playing the sports and be coachable and be in environments where they can grow and they have the
Right.
ability to pivot and to actually build the confidence and gain their sports IQ.
Mhm.
And I think that's really important for parents to hear and athletes to hear that like you're still
Hmm.
developing at
Mhm.
the college level, where people are thinking like he's elite and he's 8, you know what I mean? And you know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's the next superstar. And like it's like, okay, well, she's 10,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
she might
Yeah.
not even play this sport in 2 years,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
let's just build skill, let's build confidence, and let's just want them to keep showing up and
Mhm.
and pushing their limits a little bit more each time,
Right.
for themselves, not for their parents. So
Right. And even as
um
people, they're still developing. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
18 years of your life you're living under somebody's roof and they're telling you every single thing to do. And
Yeah.
then 2 months later, now you're having to figure it out yourself. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a shell shock of things. So it's like I try to take that into consideration as well. And I try to be like that mentor to them, as opposed to just like making sure that, oh, you should have known that. You should have did that. You should have known that you shouldn't have done that. It's like, I talk them through it like, hey, maybe you could have gone about it a different way. I try to think about it like, hey, I was in college, like I understand your perspective of it.
Hmm.
And then also, like I said, try to take into account that they are learning stuff for the first time. So it's more so I'm like, hey, come talk to me. We can figure it out together. I'm not saying you have to figure it out all on your own, but I want you to at least start trying to problem solve things for yourself because eventually you're going to have to learn how to problem solve. You're not going to always be able to come to somebody and be like, oh, can you just help me? Or I just need you to do this for me. Like, no, like we can do this together. And
Hmm.
then you can probably lead the task at hand and I can just kind of be that support. But you're going to have to figure that out as a person because you are a grown adult. And like I said, in the day, you're going to have to graduate. And you can't just keep saying, oh, I have my mom to do this, I have my dad to do this, I have my
Yeah.
coach to do this. Like, no, like, what did you learn to do for yourself to be a better person too? And we try to teach them like if you were at work, you have to show up to class on time because you also have to show up to work on time. You have to get your assignments done because say you have deadlines at work, you're not getting your deadlines done. They're not going to be like, oh, it's okay, we'll extend it. No, like we're going to go find somebody else
Yeah.
that can
Yeah.
do the
Yeah.
deadline that we need to get done. So it's like I try to teach them those real life lessons as well in the football lessons of like, don't think of it, oh, I'm just talking to you as a coach. No, I'm talking to you as somebody who has also been in this lifestyle and
Hmm.
who knows what it takes to have to continue to be successful in whatever your career is. So like, let me help you get there so you don't just get a shell shock of it once you graduate and you're like, wait, nobody ever told me this. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you,
Yeah.
but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do it all for you.
And you help with the
Well
thought
said.
process, right? Because in order for their like to actually like take action, they have to be able to like think about it. And a lot of, I mean,
Mhm.
when you brought up the nutrition and eating healthy and the sleep and all that, we
Mhm.
had another guest who was Notre Dame strength and conditioning coach, and she talked a lot about that. She talked a lot about you know students getting there and them being good, but
Mhm.
to get there, but they're not going to end up continuing to be great if they don't get the sleep
Hmm.
and
Mhm.
organization and fueling their bodies the way they should, doing the recovery, like you said. But
Mhm.
a lot of kids they're athletic, so they come
Right.
in and they like
Yeah.
like they've been running off their athleticism me in a small pond, and then when they
Mhm.
Yeah.
get to college, it's like, okay, you're good,
Everybody's
but everybody
athletic
else
these
is
days.
also
Everybody's good. That's what I tell them. I was
yeah,
like, at the college level, everybody's good. You're not just going to
yeah,
outrun the person across from you. You're not
Yeah.
just going to out
Yeah.
athlete the person next to you. Like, no, you have to work to get better because athleticism, you can't lean on that forever. So, nah,
Yeah.
yeah.
that's 1000% true. Like, you cannot just lean off athleticism. You're going to have to figure out how to do something different once
Yeah.
you get to that collegiate level because everybody's in college. Obviously, has to be good. You wouldn't be in college if you weren't some type of good.
And we would say that to our daughters, we'd say, this is where mindset really kicks in
Hmm.
because yeah, everyone's going to practice and you're all doing the drills and you're doing the cuts and the things that you need to, but like
Mm-hmm.
who's staying after practice and getting
Yeah.
in the extra
Who's
work?
doing the
Who's
extra?
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, who's doing the extra work when it's not just with the coach and like figuring out that like, yeah, maybe I hit all my shots in practice in the scrimmage, but like I also need to work on being a triple threat in these other positions
Mm-hmm.
and doing that own work and being introspective to do it because that is what's going to take you from good to great and or staying status quo from freshman year to junior year.
Right.
It's a conversation that's ongoing as far as when kids get there and understanding and having coaches like you're saying who are supporting them to actually think through the process and then
Mhm.
take action on it is crucial, I think, in program success, but then for success for them as humans. So
For sure. For sure.
great. Yeah, it's great
1000%.
what you're building.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I had a lot of good coaches growing up. So they're the ones who've like instilled like this type of mindset and just like these like habits inside of me. So I'm definitely trying to like embody everything that they've taught me throughout these years and kind of pour into my players the exact same way.
Nice.
Was there a coach that inspired you just to, that you still rely on or have a relationship with
All of
now?
them.
All of them? Great.
All of them,
Wow.
honestly. For the most part, my sixth grade middle school coach that ended up being our high school coach as well. I can still text him any time of the day or anytime I need to text him and say, hey, like, do you have a thought on this? Or hey, I'm thinking about doing this. And then my tackle football coach, I can still text him. He's been my what do you call them? My reference for just about everything. And then he also I texted him when I was helping out the Super Bowl this past year. And mind you, I met him 10 years ago, and we still have that relationship. And I text him, I'm like, hey, I'm in Cali. I know you're here. Like, if we can link up, let's link up. And he texted me back immediately, like, hey, we can find time. Let's do that. And then my high school volleyball coach, she came when I was at a talent ID camp in Baltimore working it. And she came to just eat crabs with us, me and my parents and a couple of our coworkers that were there. So, and now she's actually starting to be the flag coach at her school. So now there's a different relationship developing between us. Is that now she's leaning on me for help, but that's pretty cool to see. But nah, I have relationships with just about all my coaches growing up. So
What does your,
how are your
coaching staff
parents?
look like?
wait, sorry.
Like, what did you say? Sorry, because you cut me off when I was talking.
No, I did.
They literally were at the exact same time.
I'm over here in a straitjacket trying to get out of it. What does your coaching staff look like at Saginaw Valley State?
So I don't have a paid assistant coach right now, but my husband does help out. He is my volunteer assistant coach. He also does the offense, and then I have another volunteer
assistant. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's what we gotta call him. And then I have another volunteer assistant coach. She's gonna be new for the program this year. She's at a school close to the area, so she's gonna help out. And then I have a few student workers, and then I'm gonna get probably a GA this upcoming year as well.
So I want your parents. You mentioned your parents and the eating with your coach. So how are your parents when it came to like pushing you through youth sports and then and then obviously competing in college? What did that look like in your house as far as like the car ride home and the encouragement, or was it like tough love when it came to sports? Like, what was their style?
No, my parents are super supportive. Like, funny story is that my dad actually created a AAU basketball team for me because the one I was playing for, I was the smallest one up there. I was 9 playing with 12-year-olds, but he actually created a AAU team for me because they said I would never be good. I couldn't play anything. I was just too small. So he was like, you know what? Well, I'm gonna create a team to where you are able to play. And then that's where I actually started like my basketball career of like being like this high level athlete. So they're all supportive. They actually still come to my games. They were just in Panama this past September when we played. They went to Finland the year before that. So they took me to the tryout in Atlanta when I did the football tryout, even though they said I would never play football. Cause growing up, they were like, no, like, that's why I played all the other sports. Cause they were like, no, you can play basketball, you can play volleyball, you can play softball, but you're not playing football.
Yeah.
So, shout out to them, because I think they were the ones that actually kept the drive of football for me. So all those no's, but nah, they're super supportive. We traveled across the country. AAU, we went to everywhere. I had a lot of birthdays in the van because there would always be a tournament around my birthday time. So I remember just having like birthday scene, blowing out the candles in the back seat of the van, stuff like that. So Nah, they were everywhere. My dad, like I said, my dad coached me for a few years on my AAU team. And then my mom was always there recording, even though she's recording the track or recording the grass. She's recording
Uh-huh.
something. But she's there. You hear her. I think I'm doing well because you hear her screaming. But but nah, they're super supportive. And like I said, they still support me to this day. They were gonna try to come with me to China, and I'm like, you don't need to come to China. It's a long trip. It's a lot of stuff you got to do with visas and all this and that.
Yeah.
But they're planning
Yeah.
on trying to come to Germany this year. So nah, they're excited. They're living the dream, and they're retired, so they're living their best life right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So exciting to see you go on, continue to play at different levels and coach. And now they can come and support I'm sure they come and support the teams that you coach,
Yeah, they
and
come to
cheer
my
them
first
on.
game every season.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
hmm Yeah.
That's amazing. To Jeremy, do you want to go
No,
into
you
her?
do the orange moment. You're good.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm just here. I'm a third
He's
wheel
like,
in
I'm
this. You
vibing. I'm
guys.
just here with you.
He's my volunteer. He's my volunteer assistant co-host.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Jeremy. So the orange moment, it's a moment, it's a lesson, and it's a shift.
hmm
And we ask every guest if they had an orange moment as they've been playing sports.
hmm
And we want to know what is your orange moment, Amber?
I think I had two. So I had the first one, like I said, when I first started playing football, and I finally like got the feel of like, oh wait, I'm actually good at this, and I actually like really enjoy this as much as I thought I would enjoy it. So I would be out random parks in my backyard with my headlights on because they didn't have like uh field lights. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
working out, just doing stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, oh yeah, I'm super locked in. Like I would have never done this for any other sport. Like I'm out here pitch black dark with 10 yards of space to see with my lights, and I'm wasting battery space to do this. So like I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a shift. I'm actually super dedicated to this game. And then the second one was when I didn't make the team for 2 years. The first year I tried out, we had like you can like register for the USA team at one point, and that was in 21. I tried out, didn't make it. They were like, you weren't good enough. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I actually, well, it wasn't all right, cool, because I actually bawled my eyes out. Like my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time, and he actually had to come home from work because I was like bawling, like crying, like losing my mind because I was so sad that I didn't make it because I really, really thought I did really good to make the team, and they were going to where were they going? I forgot. They were going to somewhere really cool, and I really wanted to go. And I really just wanted to play, but I didn't get a chance. So I was like, all right. And then the next year, they invited me to come actually try out. But 3 weeks before that, I sprained my MCL. So I wasn't able to try it. I'm like, yo, what
Oh.
is happening? Like, am I not meant to be on this team? Like, what is going on? Like, first, I didn't make it because I thought I wasn't good enough. The second one, like, I just couldn't go, even though I wanted to go. Like, it's all these signs and these hurdles and these like obstacles of like, no, this is not, it's not for you. But
Mhm.
nah, I just kept pushing. I'm like, you know what? I started this journey 4 years ago. I'm not gonna quit just because, it's one couple of things went wrong, or one or two things went wrong. It's like keep pushing, keep fighting. Eventually your moment will come. And then 23, the moment came, and I think it was the perfect time for it to happen because it was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm from Greenville, North Carolina.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was like 3
Yeah.
hours away from my hometown. Everybody was able to come, my parents, my friends, my coworkers. So yeah, and then we won gold. That was the icing on the cake, and I was
Okay.
able to get the game sealing interception. So it was like
Okay.
it was a full circle moment, honestly, of how it all worked.
Yeah,
I saw that
that's
you
amazing.
tore your MCL. Was that before all this football, or?
No, it was while I was playing football. It was like matter of fact at the tournament in Florida. I sprained my MCL.
Oh,
Luckily it
you
was only a
sprained
grade
it.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, not tore. I sprained it.
Okay.
I sprained it like on the third or fourth day of the tournament. And it was
Oh.
like that was in January, and I think the tryouts were like end of February, early March.
It's interesting because that happens, and a lot of a lot of players can deter them
hmm
coming back from anything where you have to like rehab and you're kind of waiting and you don't know what the results are going to be. And then also when people come off an injury, right? The mind's the slowest thing to come back, even when their body heals. How did you how did you work through that? Or did you have any difficulties with that once you were healed to go back, or were you just always locked in like I'm gonna be ready and I'm gonna keep pushing the whole time?
I think I was always locked in because I'm not one who likes to sit still. So I had to sit still for a while. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do this. Like
Yeah.
I want to get up and move. Like I feel okay. Because like I said, it was a grade 1, so it wasn't terrible. I can like still walk on it, do stuff on it, but like just I couldn't do too much on it because it would obviously irritate it, swell it up, do all these different things. So it was more so just the sitting still I had a tough issue with. But once I was able to get back on the field, like I forgot about my knee. I don't even know which. I
Yeah.
can't even remember honestly which knee it is now. So, and then I've had 3 broken fingers in the last 3 years. And I just go back every single time. Like the first one though, the first time I did break it, it was actually the weekend we won gold. I was playing in a tournament the next day. And actually dislocated my finger. It was this one, but it was like off to the side.
Oh, yeah.
Like
You
that.
have the football finger right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, this one, it was this one. But yeah, it was dislocated to the side and they had to pop it back in place. And then I had to wear a splint for like 6 weeks. I think I couldn't start playing until like end of November. So my first tournament was in December and I was like, I wasn't terrified, but I was like, I don't know if I want to get like interceptions or try to break the ball up.
Yeah.
I don't know how my finger's gonna feel. Or how like even pulling flags, I was like, I don't know about that. But I would like the first day I was kind of like hesitant. But then after that, I was fine and then broke it again. That's why it's even more bent now, actually, because I broke it down here in China this past year. And then a month later, I broke this one. I
Oh
broke
my
it and
God.
dislocated it. Yeah. So I had a lot of broken fingers, had a lot of
Yeah.
injuries, but I'm more so just like, all right, I'm gonna do what I can to rehab and to get better. But then it's like, all right, now when I get back on the field, like I'll slowly ramp it back up.
Mhm.
But once I feel 100%, then I'm back at it. Like I don't even think about it anymore.
I love it. I like it's. I love it because I had spoke. We had Troy Vincent and his wife Tommy on
Mhm.
a couple weeks ago.
Shout out to him too, because he's been big on the flag football space as well.
Huge. He's huge into
Mhm.
the flag
Yeah, he's a
football.
huge advocate for it. I mean, awesome. He and Jeremy interrupted me, and now I just forgot what I was gonna say.
It was me first. It was me first. My bad. My
It
bad.
wasn't you. It was him. It was him. It's always him. True. No, I lost my train of thought.
Can you tell
Sorry.
me more about you have a business called Follow Her? Can you tell me more about that?
It's footballer. So it's like baller, but
Football her.
mhm,
Yeah.
but it's like her. So it's like more so about bringing more awareness into the space of women and flag football. So just trying to create that avenue and that pathway to show them that hey, we are girls in football, but we're ballers just like the men on their side. You know what I mean? We're just football players at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it.
Where else can we find you? Where else can if I'm looking for you to talk more about flag football, or if I'm looking to get recruited or anything like that, where can we find you?
Okay, so you can find me. I'm really just on Instagram. I'm kind of on Facebook, but I'm not as active on Facebook. You know, people just use Facebook for family. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And high
But
school
no,
friends.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Just trying to keep up with people's birthdays.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
no, but on Instagram you can find me at it's Burr. Is it it's underscore Burr? It's Burr. I don't know. Just type it in, either it's Burr or it's underscore Burr, BURR. You can find me there. And then with the school, you can find me at SVSU Flag Football. That's our school page. So if anybody's looking to get recruited, find me there. If you want to email me your film, you can send it at aclarkro@svsu.edu. Yeah, I think that's all my avenues. Oh, and then business, if you want to find me on the business side, you can type in footballher.af@gmail.com and email me there.
Nice.
Thank
Awesome.
you. Big things. I love it.
Doing it.
I love
Doing
it.
it.
I love all of it. We are going to be following you and everything that's happening. And I mean, nothing but good vibes and good energy going your way, and you give that off. So we're excited to see what happens with you, for yourself, for your team, and just overall what you do to help, magnify women in sports.
For sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I appreciate y'all wanting to get more involved in the space of it. I think once you get a chance to actually see the game and get more like knowledgeable about how the game is actually ran, I think y'all enjoy it 10 times more.
Yes, I agree, because I didn't understand. I said to him, I said, I'm going to ask the questions that I know other people want to know. Like, how is this played? What is 7v6? Why are we doing 5v5?
Yeah.
Where is this? How is this coming into play? Because I want to understand more than I care about knowing how everything in football.
Yeah.
I want to know how the girls are doing it, how
No,
the
we're
girls are
doing
winning at it. Yeah.
We're doing it for sure. Big tournaments, big players, a lot of good athletes. And then with all the different schools opening up, like at the collegiate level, I think it's going to take off. Well, I know it's going to take off for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thanks for joining us today. This was awesome. This was very informative. You're opening the eyes to a lot of people that don't know that this is going on. So this is a great thing for you to be on here and spreading your knowledge and bridging the gap. We appreciate
for
you.
sure. Thank you for giving me the platform to talk about it. Like I said, I think the more people hear about it and the more people get a little bit more information about it, and actually learn the game, like I said, I think they're going to start enjoying it. I would always say, if you've never watched a flag football game, definitely watch one. It's a lot more exciting than people think. There's a lot of big plays being made, a lot of really good athletes. So I think before you decide to like make a judgment on what flag football is for girls, definitely take the time, at least an hour, to watch it, and then give me your decision after that.
Yes, I like that.
Yes.
So Amber, listen, thank you so much. Thank you for being locked in with MicdinPod.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being locked in with MicdinPod.